All right, welcome to Heritage Hall for today's baseball game between your Heritage Hall Chargers and the Elk City Elks. Dylan Sullivan here with President Aaron Fetro. Prez, how's everything going?
Well, Dylan, we got ourselves a good day out here. We got a little breeze blowing out, sun shining. We'll get nice and warm here in a second. Elk City comes in after a game yesterday against us out their way.
Yeah, two long road trips back to back. We took the charter out there last night. I didn't see what Elk City rode in today, but everything I heard was a decent game last night. Came away with the win. 11 looked like 11-4 against the 9-9 Elk City Elks. Looking at kind of a couple of things for us today. Go with talking about our featured player first. Whit Thomas is our featured player for today. As everybody knows, he is headed out to Xavier to swing the stick a little bit. Whit is a fantastic baseball player. Started since he was a freshman, moved over to the shortstop position and just has held that down his entirety of his career. He hits with power. He hits with placement. Very, very high baseball IQ. And just recently into the top 10 with triples all time here at Heritage Hall with 8. And that just kind of shows his ability to hit the ball and his ability to run after he hits it.
Well, and what the coaches talk about is, and they've talked about it most of his years here, he's fast. I mean, that contributes to the triples, and he doesn't look like it. He's a long, lanky kid, and he gets moving, and he can steal a base for you, which he does. Great to see Whit up there. It's been fun to watch Whit all 4 of these years and watch him develop as a player, get bigger and stronger.
And you nail it right there, bigger and stronger. You see him in the weight room all the time. He was a frequent visitor to my basketball practice just to let me know he could dunk it and then walk back out and not play in our team, right? But Whit's a phenomenal athlete, and really, really excited to watch his year keep going and hopefully continue to climb up those record books and climb up those all-time charts.
I hope we get a triple today. Get him. I think it jumps him up again if he gets another triple today.
Yeah, you look at those triples, right? It's like you hop in the top 10 with 8, and then you're first if you have 10.
Yeah,
right?
Not a lot of guys running 10 triples in a career.
No, there's not.
Well, what I've got, we've got some, our lineup. We can look at that a little bit here. I know Price will get that up for us here in a second, and talk a little bit about who we've got. We've got it on the screen. Got pretty typical lineup that we've been seeing this year. You got Max leading off, and Tripp, Whit, and Beeson in the top 4. Right. And as you already said, Beeson's sitting on 6 home runs this year. Whit's got power. Tripp's got 2 or 3 this year. Some speed up there at the top too. Tripp's not slow.
No,
Max can run a little bit. So
absolutely. I mean, you look at your first two guys up there. Your running back and a starting receiver, right?
Correct.
They get on base and they're going to have a good time. And again, it's what helps Whit have his 11 RBIs. What helped Isaac have his 26 RBIs, right? These guys ahead of them are getting on base.
Grady Murray's got 3 homers this year. You look down the list. I don't know what Jackson got, but God, he's got to be hitting over 400. Austin Echox as a freshman, just killing it. Kid's got great hands at second base. We all know Andrew can sit behind the dish and take care of the things that he needs to there. And, I've heard from coaches that, boy, this Caleb Nyberg, he can run, and he puts the bat on the ball.
Caleb is just an athlete. We weren't lucky enough to have him in the gym throughout the winter, right? He wanted to get out here and proven correctly to get out here to contribute early in baseball. But, man, this summer, just an athlete. He'd go out to our games and steals and layups and just everything that you want those athletic guys to do when they get on the basketball court, and he's doing the same thing out here in baseball. You kind of look at it, Aaron, you have 7 of our 9 in our lineup hitting 340 or better.
Yep.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, we were saying this is looking back. This is my 5th year, my 5th baseball season, I guess, and this is complete a lineup, right? 1 to 9. There was a good one in 22. I remember my first year here with Brigham and Austin and some of these guys who went on to play. Juice. I mean that team had a lot of hitters, but this thing's as good or better top to bottom of the lineup. And the question is what the question has been all year here is we got 2.5 arms, or right. It's getting these young kids some work on the mound and getting them ready.
Exactly. Well, perfect segue into our keys to victory,
Great.
right? We have one of the very first one is we're going to have our strong pitching, right? We're going to be able to put the ball over the plate in the spots we want to put it, get them to, obviously get our strikeouts or put the ball in play to the places we want them to put it. That's a big key to this team's successful run this season. Like you mentioned, that timely hitting, we hit the ball very, very well. There's been a couple games where our bats have gone silent. It's been very few and far between. And I think those bats are becoming more and more consistent. But they have to make sure we're getting those hits with our running to score position and getting our leadoff batters on, all that good stuff that you want to compete in a baseball game.
That's right, and you made the point before we got on the air about we've come up against a couple pitchers and on a couple teams that are state title favorites, and that's good pitching wins a lot of times, right? And our hitters are pretty darn good, but if they're facing decent to good high school stuff, they're going to get a bunch of hits.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. No, and then the last key victory obviously is playing strong defense. As much as our arms can be successful, we need to make sure that we're backing them up. We can't have situations where we're putting the ball in play to a spot that we need to be getting outs, and we're fumbling that ball or not making the throw or not executing the things we need to execute to turn that lineup over. So
100% on. You got it.
Kind of looking at some, again, recent results and some games coming up for us, right? Again, we spoke last night. We were able to get that win at Elks City and playing the second of that. Over the weekend, played Putnam City North at their place. We were able to get a 4-0 victory in that one. And last week, in general, looks like we went 3-1 over the week. So we've won 4 of our last 5. Again, trying to keep that streak going tonight as we enter into senior night, which they're about to go to right now.
I think we'll flip it over to the PA.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection.
On the mound tonight, number 23, Nate Miller. Playing first base, number 5, Brett Murphy. Batting in the 5th hole, the right fielder, number 18, Kentry Markham. Batting 6th, the designated hitter, number 17, Freddie Arbizu. In the 7th hole, the third baseman, number 11, Wyatt Talaferro. Batting 8th, second baseman, number 16, Miller Mayfield. And batting 9th, center fielder, number 2, Kent Hunter. Playing left field for the Elks, number 7, Zach McCauley. I'd like to welcome our umpires for tonight, Kevin Sheldon behind the plate, and Brian Weisingle.
All right, we're back. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the senior night presentation. It was a quick one, as President Petro said. Had 2 of them out there tonight. Brody's not in attendance, but we had Whit Thomas and Isaac Beeson. Again, we already talked about Whit a little bit, talking about Isaac. Again, both these guys have been mainstays in the Heritage Hall baseball lineup for their entire careers here. Both have put up impressive statistics, led our team to multiple state tournaments where they hope to get back this year. But really pretty impressive senior class, especially for only having a couple of them.
Yeah, they've, I was watching them as 8th graders when I got here, and you didn't know how much they'd get on the field as freshmen, but they found their way in the lineup a lot on some good teams then, and it shows. You know how it is, Coach, when you've got a freshman who can contribute by the time they're a senior. You got a different kind of ball player on your hands.
You definitely do. I'll try to obviously stay out of making a ton of basketball references, but that is what I coach, so I'll speak about it.
I think that's fair.
Had a really good one this year. We've had some good ones in the past, and yeah, you hit the nail on the head. When you have those guys that are able to grow within your program, usually obviously helpful if they can grow under consistent staff. These guys have had a little bit of difference in their staffs, right? But Chuck's been a mainstay for them, which is super helpful. And then obviously they have really solid leadership this year as well. But when you're able to grow a team around guys like that, your chances of success are just immensely higher.
Yeah, for sure. And anyway, we'll see. Get first pitch here. We got coaches meeting at the plate and the umps. Everybody can see that on the screen. I know that Coach Tettleton has he's been out here on this field. He's been working with Coach Seymour to address some of the top layer dirt stuff and got that all in order like they wanted. He's been pouring a lot of water on it, and we look pretty good right now.
Looks really good. Coach Seymour's done a couple different things with the stripes. We've got the circles around our pitcher mound. I think last week we had the diagonal strikes at the outfield. Now we're kind of overlaying the circles around those. So, yeah, it looks really pretty. They work on it really, really hard. That's one of the jobs of the baseball coaches is to take care of your field.
Big moment right here, Coach. Mrs. Horn's first pitch.
Fantastic. Smart, not getting on the incline.
Yep. And lefty.
Right in there.
Andrick's got her.
Fantastic. Your only worries there, is it going to go straight?
Yep.
And is it going to be relatively the right power? So
yeah, I mean, you just give your catcher a chance to make a play,
exactly.
Right? And she did that.
She did that. There's been some, not here necessarily, but over the years, epic first pitches.
Epic first pitches. 8 feet in front of the mound when they climb up on the bump. Yep. Got our starting lineups coming out now. We kind of went over that earlier where everybody was playing. Tripp's pitching for us tonight. We talked about that, I think.
Yeah, man, Tripp's just a gamer, right? I mean, obviously he's a good baseball player, so I don't want to degrade that by just calling him an athlete. But gosh darn, he's a good athlete.
He's an incredible athlete. The kid's body for his size. He's sophomore and built like a truck. And he, at first I thought, Tripp's a thrower. He's an arm. He's a thrower. He's learning to pitch, right? Figuring out how to locate. And if you throw 85, 87, figuring out how to locate in high school really helps you out.
It does. And he's one of those kids who, by the time he's a senior, he might turn around and he is throwing 92, 93.
Yep.
But for now, it's all about placing it. But, talk to Coach Seymour, who was their coach last year. He was just so impressed by the gamesmanship, right? We're just going to go out there and win. It may not be the prettiest pitching. It may not be every single thing perfect, but he's just a gamer. He's just going to overpower and just win.
Yep. Will it.
You see Grady over here at first, and you kind of got a pretty set infield that we've had. As long whenever Andrick's catching, you have this. We have our freshman Austin at second, with our mainstay at short, and then Jackson playing third. Obviously, it changes a little bit whenever Jackson gets behind the plate, but
yep,
been a pretty steady infield whenever it's.
I like the move. I mean, Jackson's a great catcher. They're both really good catchers, but I like Jackson at third. Watching him play both this year. And Andrick's a good first baseman. We need Andrick down there. And if Jackson's catching, the middle's pretty solid. It's a big thing to say about a freshman saying he's pretty solid up the middle and got that spot taken care of. You lock down second base as a freshman, that's a big deal.
It is. Anytime you can put a freshman in the middle infield, you're sitting good.
Number 4, the catcher, Jackson MacArthur.
MacArthur steps over the plate. catcher for Elk City. Tripp steps in to deliver his first pitch of the day.
Now, if I was a little bit further, I could avoid it, but being this far back. Thank you.
A little low and outside there. Ball 1.
All right. Lightning in the crowd tonight.
Right. Love it. I really, really appreciate the jersey he's rocking. It's an old school gold jersey. Heritage Hall basketball.
That is an old school Heritage Hall basketball jersey. Those are solid. You wore the right color today, Coach. You going with the gold today?
I did. Yeah. I mean, I just completely knew that's what they were going to go.
I knew.
With.
Yeah, I knew. It's probably the pregame prep you did.
Right. Right.
There we go. Even it up. A lot of cars coming and going.
It's always bold to park the car right there.
That's a bold play. Luke Steelman lost a windshield a year or two ago.
He had a bust. It was a windshield last year.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. All right, hanging on the curveball there.
Seems like you're more of the baseball savant, Press. So I'll let you kind of weigh in on it.
Strong.
Tripp's kind of working that low and outside and back to the hands, low and outside and back to the hands.
Yeah, and we can give whenever he strikes a kid out, Chuck takes the credit for calling that pitch, and when somebody gets a hit off of him, that was Tripp shaking somebody off.
Right, exactly.
Is how Chuck explained that to me.
Yeah, shaking off, misplacement, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think Chuck's probably working him there. You're exactly right. Down and away, and bust him back in.
Full count.
3-2 though. You're just throwing strikes. Yep.
3 foul balls to your first hitter. Obviously no damage done at this moment, but a lot of pitches.
A lot of pitches. Yeah. Well, that's his job. His leadoff. Get on, work the pitch count. Oh.
Really well worked at bat there.
Hey, good spot, Tripp.
Is that a
just missed in with the curveball, I think.
9 pitch at bat to start out.
Yeah.
Put yourself on base. Coach is pretty happy with that result. Number 13, Crew Keys, a shortstop, stepping in. That one gets away.
Little pass ball. Yep.
Hey, what was that pitch?
Runners on second, 1-0.
Tripp Ray's first pitch. Back inside, really working the
Inside
catcher's
on
right side of the plate.
Mm-hmm.
Count up to 2-0. Contact up the middle.
It's a heck of a play.
Very good play.
That
good range.
is a really good play. We talked about his hands in the pregame, and he made that backhand look pretty routine.
He did. Good range, but job done.
Yep. Runner to third with less than 2 outs is what you want to do in the first inning on the road.
The pitcher, Nate Miller, stepping in the box.
Maybe a discussion here about whether his foot was on the bag at first. I think Grady tapped around a little bit, but I think he got him.
It looked like he stayed home to me.
Yep, that's the right call. We're biased, maybe, but I really tried not to be on that one. Looked like his foot got back on the bag.
It did. A decent scoop over there.
Yeah. All right, now's when you like a strikeout or a pop-up on the infield. There's a good start.
Great start. And this is where last year watching games, I haven't, I'll be honest, I have not seen Tripp pitch yet this year in person, but last year watching games, this is the moments that Tripp would just really compete.
That's curveball strike two. It's a tough pitch to sit and take as a hitter. You don't think it's probably coming 0-1, but it was.
Yeah, very well called there. And well executed.
Yep, there it is.
Beautifully done.
Way to go, Tripp. We'll give Chuck a little bit of credit for the sequence,
absolutely.
but that's all Tripp.
Now to get leadoff runner on, moved over to third, and have a chance. Don't want to jinx anything, but have a chance right now to get out of an inning. It's a good situation.
It just makes you crazy as the away ump if they strand him here. Good looking pitch.
That looked real good to me. It's all right.
A little bit of hole here for Max. Now you just contact.
Right. See if he can work the count a little bit.
Yep.
Like their leadoff did. It's a pretty good dang placement for a third
Good
pitch.
take. Yeah, it's a pretty good take.
See if Max can see what here.
Yep. Oh, good.
That's what you want. Work yourself back even. Try to make your way to the full and make him throw some strikes.
Yep. Oh.
That's the benefit of being a little smaller in stature with that.
Yep. Belt high fastball for Tripp and
Yeah, exactly.
chest high for Max.
Exactly. Well, worked it full. That's what you hope. Getting the sixth pitch. See what we can do with it.
There's a hit. It's got to get down. Yep.
Really well done. Elk City, I would say, was less than pleased with the effort of their center fielder.
Yeah, I don't think he was positioned where he had been instructed to be positioned.
Well, it's two good leadoff efforts we've seen so far.
Yeah, that's right. Their walk was good, and that was a good 7-pitch at bat with a hit. And now you get to the power of the lineup. Like that.
Fantastic. We might get the 3 on that one.
Yep. Easy 3, and we'll see if they handle the cut correctly. They did.
Yep. Well done. Well done. Well, Tripp saw something he liked in that first pitch.
You know, again, here we are, high school baseball discussion. These guys want to work ahead.
Right.
If you're a 350, 400 hitter, that first pitch and 2-0 are the spots where they got to come to you. They don't want to go 3-0.
Right.
All kinds of options here, Coach. Don't think you'll bunt Witt, but
Yeah, you sit there and you think about playing the small ball. Gosh, how do you take the bat out of Witt's hands?
lefty. Does that matter to Witt? Probably not as much since he's faced it his whole life. He doesn't switch hit. He's well, that's how you do it.
Yep.
Just drop a hit in. Tripp had a good read.
Well, they are sitting first pitch all day.
Yeah.
It's a good scout by the coaches, good execution by the boys.
No RBI for Witt.
That'll bump him up to a smooth dozen on the year.
Yep.
It's always nice when the featured player of the game makes the coach look real smart early in the game.
Yeah, RBI and a hit to get the scoring started.
Brings up Isaac. The last game I attended down here, he put 2 out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
He had a nice little wind help, but he got a hold
He
of it.
did. Okay, good discipline, not sitting first pitch there.
I will tell you, the one he hit, the second one he hit went just left of that 372 sign. About the hardest hit ball I've seen in a while.
It's a bomb here. Even with the wind going out, there's some room out there. Ouch.
Back to 1-1 here for Isaac. I've really enjoyed watching him mature over the past about year and a half. been really, really good to watch for Isaac.
Yeah, I agree 100%. He's always been, he's always worked hard on his hitting. Then the other parts of the game and the mental approach have gotten a lot stronger.
But again, it's kind of what you alluded to earlier in the year, right? When you have a guy who's able to contribute young, there's so much expected of him. But in reality, there's a maturity that has to continue to happen, and he's really worked hard to make so.
Yep, agree. That ball's hit hard. That's another knock. Good play by the shortstop, saved a run.
Yeah, really good play to get down and get a glove on it, because that was put on a line.
Yeah.
But as you walk up, no outs, bases loaded. Really, really big moment here for first baseman Grady Murray.
Grady's young, lefty-lefty. Grady's got some pop. 3 homers this year, I think.
First baseman number 13.
Yep, that'd be correct. 13 RBIs. Pretty well done.
Yep.
I think he's third in RBIs on our team. Oh,
Okay.
it's like Grady's Carolina blue accessories and the yellow gloves. After you.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Taylor made double play.
Yeah. RBI. Little fielder's choice, but got another run in.
The Hall goes up 2-0. Move runner over to third. Hopefully we can get freshman Austin Echok can make a similar play that he made in the field.
That's right.
First baseman number 10, Jackson Echok.
Oh, excuse me. That is Jackson Echok. I apologize.
And well, we're going to do that for the next couple of years.
Yeah, we are. Not just on this field, but on the
That's
one.
right.
Pitch readies. High on that one. 1-1.
Even him up. Last time I was out here, little brother rattled one off the fence. I've seen Jackson hit a couple out there this year. There's plenty of power here.
I saw them in the weight room Friday before their game, and they're both showing why they have the ability.
It's good.
It's one thing, back to Coach Gillum does a barking lot. Something he does a really good job is really emphasizing that weight room.
Yep.
Helps guys fall in love with it.
That ball's hitting the air.
A little bit of a misread.
Yeah, I think that's burned.
It's out.
Oh,
of
it's
there.
gone.
Wow.
That ball traveled.
It just kept going, didn't it?
I did not think it was out. I got to be honest.
No, the angle
First sound.
off the bat.
Yeah.
It just looked like it was too high.
I thought it had him burned, but
Well, center field thought the same thing too. His first 2 steps were forward. He goes, "Oh gosh."
yeah, oh gosh, and the wind's not hurting that ball.
Well done. Well done, but that might be the least excited home run from announcers you've ever seen. We just didn't think it was going out.
Yeah, I mean, usually you like to give it a call, and that's gone.
Right.
Nothing. We had no clue.
No.
All right, 4-0.
Well, it's the way, you come off a 6-run win yesterday. That's exactly what you want to do is keep that momentum going, showing them that, hey, I don't know if you boys are going to be able to play with us today.
Yep. We got a good arm on the mound. We want to put someone on you early, give him a cushion.
Exactly. When your 7-hole is hitting dang near 360,
Mm-hmm.
it's a good place to be.
Yep.
It really is.
And also 12 RBI. Oh, yep.
They've definitely pinned some, trying to stay a little bit higher in the zone against us. But he's missed a few times. Andrew didn't like that one. Thought that one was a bit inside.
Yeah. 1-2, my friend. Pitcher thought that was strike 3.
Yep. Looked like it.
Lucky his catcher didn't beat him with that.
High for ball 2.
Evened up and get to 3-2 again. Yep, he did.
Well done. Well, that's obviously just good coaching, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yep.
Multiple times getting down the count, moving back to full count, 3-2.
Yep, got his way on.
Very well done. Patient piece of hitting there. Andrew plays a lot of baseball.
A lot of baseball. He sure does.
Looking like we're having some streaming issues, so it'll be stopping on NFHS for now. We'll continue on the ChargerVision YouTube page.
Aha.
Again, the ChargerVision YouTube page will continue the stream.
What was the backup plan with the ChargerVision Pros?
Let's see if now young brother Austin's up.
There we go.
Let's see if Austin and then followed by another freshman Caleb Niver can turn this lineup over. Be a nice little first inning present to do that.
It would be.
Got a courtesy runner in for the catcher, number 31, Daniel Lacani. Daniel himself is a freshman, so you got freshman on first, freshman in the box, and freshman on deck.
Yep.
Daniel's pretty fast. He did a little bit of basketball early in the season.
Did he?
Decided to move on and get ready for baseball. But yeah, he can move a little bit.
He's been given explicit instructions, it appears, that to not get picked off. His first move right now against his lefty is one step back towards the base.
Right back towards the base.
And that's probably fine. You got a guy hitting 385 at the plate. You don't want to get picked off. Yeah, we got a fair number of little lower schoolers down there having some popcorn.
That's fantastic.
Hanging out. Some pom-pom, Charger pom-poms in the crowd. Well, there you go.
Trying to check out who's on admin row over there. Looks like we got Steve Chard, Coach Gefeller, Blake Slavonic. Is that an Evan Burns?
Could be.
Can't tell.
I can't either.
Coach Burns is the last one or not. Pegged 3 out of the 4. Those are mainstays on the.
Yeah, those guys are about always over there. It's not Jake.
That is, outside of the rare time in this spring that the wind is hard out of the north, which it has been a couple times.
It has.
When it's not, that is a fantastic seat. You're shaded.
It is a great seat.
Keeps you out of the south wind. Not a lot to complain about over there.
I remember when Coach G said, I think I'm gonna put in some seats over there for Craig Brown, for Coach Brown. And I said, okay, I love it. And he did a heck of a job.
The Chargers have 5 hits.
Each dog strikes out, but as being said on the PA right now, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 runs scored. Pretty good first inning, the Chargers.
That's it. Yep, you got to get out early at home. You'd like to see these games not go 7 if you're the home team. 6, or if you can get an early run rule and get up early. But Elk City played tough last night, so it may be hard to hang too crooked a number on them.
It may. Then if it gets close, you're going to wonder, does Elk City want to make that drive home earlier or later, right?
That's right. That's right. That's a haul out there.
Big shout out to CBS Sports Radio 105.3 FM for powering ChargerVision this season. The station does a great job shining a spotlight on high school teams and players around the state, including our Heritage Hall Chargers. Tune into 105.3 FM on your radio for some great sports talk from the KINB crew. You know, Coach had a pretty cool deal. I got to work a couple weekends ago. They put on a showcase for all the local basketball talent. A lot of unsigned seniors were there, and multiple picked up offers.
Is that right?
Yeah, they did. It was really cool. They had a lot of coaches come in. It was mainly for those unsigned seniors. There's some younger players there. Our own Vincent Oliver was recognized as one of the standouts for his 2029 class. And but big event. There's 88 participants. It was really, really cool. They just keep helping those local athletes get seen and try to find their way into playing some college ball.
I had no idea. That's great stuff. Was this Wyatt Taliafarro? Is that who's hitting now? Yes, Wyatt is up to bat for the Elks. There's that curveball again.
Grooved right in there.
Got him at 0-2. Ooh. Andrick with the pump fake. It was not your best move in front of Blue to pump fake the strike three front throw down.
No, it's not. There it is.
There it is. Do we got our YouTube feed up now? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
All right.
I believe so. So again, obviously if you're watching this, you're probably already there. But tell your friends, make sure they understand that the NFHS feed was having some trouble, so our YouTube channel is what's rocking the stream right now.
It looks like second baseman Miller Mayfield is up for the Elks.
Miller Mayfield. That's a great baseball name.
Oh, sorry. We're wrong. I am wrong. Freddie Arvizu is hitting.
They only had 4 guys go through, didn't they, last inning?
Yeah.
Good hit right in the middle.
Freddie with the base hit. Now we get Wyatt. We had our order a little bit off.
Got spoiled watching Austin earlier. Thought he might have the rage to make that play, but it was just hit a little bit too hard.
Tell you what, that would have been a play.
It would have been, wouldn't it?
They're swinging the bat.
Well, you know there had to be a small conference in the dugout about the pitch sequence, the curveball.
Mm-hmm. All right, kept in front.
Yep, good play to keep in front. It's two balls kind of near the middle of the field, though. That means they're seeing it.
Yep.
Hope we can settle in and rectify that a little bit.
At the plate for the Elks, second baseman, number 16, Miller Mayfield.
There's that good name, Miller Mayfield.
That's a great name. Sounds like a baseball player.
It really does.
Miller Mayfield.
Feels sometimes like when parents make a name, their kid ends up being good at something. Oh, man, we hit that one.
We hit that right on the nose. Trip ahead with the curveball again, strike one. That's a great play by Andrick.
Great play. We get him. Great play by Andrew to even give that a chance.
You want your catcher to slide and block them, but there's certain ones you can't slide and block. That was one of them.
Yep. Sure was.
There you go.
Way to work back in it.
Last inning, you said he liked to battle, and he came back and struck the last 2 out. So here we are again.
He's all about battling, isn't he? No reason to make it easy.
Right. Oof, just up.
That was a really good pitch.
Just missed up with the curveball.
Can't hate that spot.
Nope.
At all.
Nope. Especially against your 8-hole hitter. You don't want to leave a curveball up against your 4-hole hitter, but the pitch clock hasn't made its way to high school baseball just yet.
No, it hasn't. Shot clock is next year, though.
The shot clock's coming for you, man.
We're very excited about it.
We all are. We are so excited. We installed them in the new gym. You know, we figured you needed them everywhere.
We did. We used them in practice plenty.
I'm sure.
We got to use it in one game this year at McGinnis. Finally got a team to agree. We tried to get some teams to agree.
Oh, yeah.
We had to have all 4 agree this year.
Oh, you
Boys
did?
And girls. And just
Oh.
didn't work out. But McGinnis did. That was good. That's a big walk for the Elks. Loads the bases, 1 out. Nice to have the 1 out in your pocket, though. Have some options.
Got options on a ground ball. Keep a run from scoring. I suspect we'll pull the corners in and keep the middle back. Double play, depth. Andrick's getting all that settled now. Ooh.
Starting to leave it just a little bit up in this ump zone.
Well, I don't think he's asking about his paws. Asked him to watch for the ball. No stop. And here comes Chuck to talk about the same thing.
Smart.
And those are the intricacies of it as you're learning the game and figuring out.
You know, I told Coach Mick last time, really like the blue-on-blue hat. I've never seen that in my time here, the blue-on-blue hat, but
Yeah, they're they're good.
I really do. It stands out significantly more than you think it would.
Hey, you're right. We haven't done that, have we? I didn't even notice. All right, conferences on the mound are done.
All around the zone right now.
Yep,
for Old
just
Trip.
low and away maybe there. There you go.
As you mentioned, you know, in between innings, we jumped out on them early, but like you said last night, they really just kept playing hard, kept plugging, kept
Yep.
it a close game.
There's foul ball.
Look, there's the check swing foul.
Yep.
That ball turns to a strike and evens up the count. See if we can get one of your patented big-time strikeouts right here.
I think we need one. I think the curveball is effective here. You just got to worry about throwing it in the dirt.
Or that.
Or in the ear hole.
Battle back to get an even count there and let one slip away. But another chance to stop the bleeding here.
Yep.
That's 1 on the hit by pitch. Top of the order for the Elks. Catcher Jackson Murphy.
Back to the top of the order for Elk City. Jackson MacArthur.
Up, out of play, I think. Tripp's giving it a look.
Yep, gonna go out of play over here. Good hustle by Thomas. Big at bat here. Big at bat. Need to settle it down.
Leadoff guy.
Want to get as short into the order as we possibly can as they've turned it over here. Top of the second.
Don't get your leadoff guy up with the bases loaded often.
No, you don't. Guarantee he's excited to try to get some RBIs.
That's right.
Stop there for Manfred.
Yep.
Raise the pitch. With a pass ball there on the check swing, brings home a second runner, advances the other two. Double play off, force off. Now even more important to get something on the ground easy or a strikeout.
Yeah. So what we had there?
I thought it was a strike on the check. He definitely broke the plane.
For sure.
Nope.
Oh, called it a ball.
Wow. We have the perfect view to see if that plane was broken. And I would say it was.
Yeah, that was a strike. It's part of the reason Andrew didn't catch it.
Back even again at 2-2. Again, need one good pitch here. One good pitch.
He fought it off. That was a good pitch.
Really good pitch. Good piece of hitting to get a bat on it. But again, that's why you're the leadoff, right? You're battling.
Yep.
And for a second at bat in a row,
Yeah.
MacArthur is battling.
Yeah, another one foul.
I want to say this is about six or seven.
6-7 pitch bat again. Yep.
What'd you say there, 6-7?
Yeah, 6 or 7. Oh, I did. The kids get me all the time.
I thought he was going to escape that. Sloan's just old enough to.
Oh, she got it?
Bring it
Nah, that's too bad. Yeah, that's rough. I didn't have a clue for about the first year. I didn't know what they were talking about.
They still don't know what they're talking about.
That's fair enough. Just up there.
Let's count to full. Base hit's going to bring 2 home. Works another walk. Very successful day when you're 0 for 0
Yep.
on base twice.
MacArthur with his second walk of the day at the plate. 13.
Bases loaded again.
Here's your lefty shortstops that you pointed out. 2 of their top 3 are lefties.
And that's in the
Yep.
gap. That's going to be 3 runs. The Elks are going to take the lead in a massive top of the second.
Same thing that a little earlier tonight that they caught us last night too. Tied it at 6 after an early lead.
At the plate for the Elks, the pitcher, number 23, Nate Miller.
Pitcher can create some more havoc. Brush back, didn't brush back enough. he gets on base. Brett Murphy steps up.
At the plate lead the Elks. Number 5, Brett Murphy.
Strikeout last time at the plate. And we are very close to making our way back around the order this inning.
Yes, we are. Oh.
Misplay out of the wind. Going to bring home another run. And leave it first and third. This game's complexion has changed in a hurry.
It sure has. 6 spot will do that.
Murphy with a single to score another run for the Elks. At the plate, number 18.
Back through the order. Brings up Kentry Markham. Struck out last time at bat. We get a mound visit.
Yep.
Thomas already at 48 pitches
Yeah.
for the evening. It's not what you want to see in the second inning.
No. Well, I don't see anybody up for us yet, Coach.
Nope. Now, Aaron, I don't know, to be honest with you, in high school baseball, does Mick get as many visits out there as you want to? Or is there a limit?
No, I think it's 2.
Right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, next one trip's got to come out.
Well, Heritage Falls 4 in the bottom of the first have been matched and exceeded. There's 6 here in the top of the second.
And still 1 down.
1 down, first and third. You have a double play situation. You really need a strikeout or a ground ball. Not that kind of ground ball. Brings home another run.
Markham with the single. Brings up the designated hitter, number 17, Freddie Arvizu.
Markham answered his strikeout earlier in this inning with a single. Now Arvizu's up. Single last time at bat this inning. Trips exceeded the 50 pitch mark.
Yep.
1 out here from 1 1/3. Nice hard hit right up the middle. Gonna bring home another one. No, we commented on a little bit earlier when they hit those first 2 up the middle in this inning. We said, man, they're seeing it.
They're seeing it, yeah.
And those 2 were Arvizu and Talaferro, who's
Yep.
up next.
At the plate, number 11, Wyatt Talaferro.
Wild pitch is going to advance the runners. Sit 8-4, runners second and third, forces off.
Yep, 1 down.
And really need a strikeout or an easy ground ball.
Beeson's camping under that one.
See if he can get it in. Well done.
All right, 2 down.
Talaferro flies out to Beeson and left.
Nice thing is, as we watch, right, we know we can hit.
Yep.
We've already shown it this game.
Yep. Don't get up and try to get it all back in one swing. Got to get up and put another 4 spot up, even it up.
Like he's really tightened that zone this
Yeah, that looked like, didn't see it on the TV there, but looked like the corner.
That's tough.
That's trouble.
I'll bring another one home.
And then here comes Mick.
Miller Mayfield beats it out to first. It's gonna cause a change. It's almost like, can we save an arm? Can we just get out of this inning?
Right.
Recollect. But not to be. Gonna have to have a pitching change.
Looks like Beeson's taking the shades off and switching gloves. That tells me what's going on.
Yep. Yeah, and they're not district games. Well, yeah, they're not district games by any means, but you do have the Jones tournament coming up. You got to throw 3 games in 3 days, and
Yeah.
we're losing a lot of arms.
Let's see, what's our district record right now, Coach? I'm trying to see on here.
5-3.
5-3. Yep, there it is, right at the top.
Your attention, please.
Put my glasses on, I can see better.
Now pitching for the Chargers. Number 9, Isaac Beeson.
While Beeson's kind of getting ready, talk about some sports that have been going on
Left field now.
around the hall.
Number 2, Max
Charger
Evans.
soccer's hitting their stride with both teams cruising to victories over Newcastle and Douglas recently. Brewster's ladies are 3-1-1 on the season, and Coach Riley's men sit at 5-1. The women play a home match tonight against Blanchard at 6:30, and then both squads have a grueling road trip to Woodward on Friday to face the Boomers in a tough district contest. The boys' one loss came in a shootout. That was a tough one.
Yep.
Up 2-0, and all the soccer people say that is the scariest lead you can possibly have in soccer,
That's right.
and that proved to be true.
One fluke goal away from being right back in it. Yep.
I will say, for Southeast credit, they were not fluke goals.
They were not.
They were very good goals.
They're good goals. Yep.
They were going into the win in the first half, and one of them, they got one near the end of the first half, and up in the booth and said, oof. And we actually did a really good job only allowing one when they had the win in the second half.
Uh-huh.
But they went to penalties, and they beat us 4-3 in penalties. We put one wide and one high. We saved one, but not to be.
And senior night over there next week.
Yeah, big senior night.
Yep.
About 30 people.
That's a good one.
Direct contrast to today's two-person.
That's right.
One of those seniors on the mound now. Beeson ready to pitch. Inheriting runners on first and third. Thomas is on the hook for both of those runners.
Ice is 2-0 now. 2 down. There we go.
Of course, the 2-1 is Kit Hunt, center fielder's at the plate. Last time he was up, he turned the lineup over by getting hit by a pitch. Right to the ear hole.
Right in the ear hole, yeah. The good news for Kit, it was a curveball that got him last time. You don't want fastball in the ear hole.
No, you do not.
On again.
Bases are walked full. We have multiple batters right now for the Elks that are having
Jackson McCarthy.
perfect days at 0 for 0.
That's perfect days of the plate with walks.
And one of them is back to the plate now, top of the order, Jackson McCarthy. Doing his third at bat here in the top of the second inning is never a good sign for the home team.
No.
As Beeson bounces in, first pitch.
Just down.
And another,
Everything's
continues
down.
to bounce him right there in front of the plate. Well, you said it earlier. This is the hitter's pitch right here, 2-0.
Yeah, it is.
Did you see they have to take on here to let him swing? Good advice from Coach Chuck there to step away from the hitter as they talk.
The glove over the mouth doesn't work if you're standing right next to the hitter.
Right. It's becoming an even bigger thing. You know, you watch football games on Saturdays and Sundays with the clipboard over the mouth.
Clipboard over the mouth.
It's crazy. On the
Hiding
other,
behind signs.
right, on the other sideline, you can't even get a play in. Beeson ready to pitch here. Counts 2-1, bases loaded. Needs something to get us out of this dreadful top of the second.
That is not it.
3-1 is the count. Probably taken here unless it's just the most perfect pitch.
I would think you are, even as a leadoff guy.
Need Beeson to square up, deliver one. I don't heck, man, just give it a strike right here. Make him make a decision.
There it is.
All right, giving ourselves a chance here.
I don't think you can mess with curveball here. Bases loaded. I think you got to give him a fastball and see if he can make a play defensively.
Right, gotta try to place it. Trying to fool a hitter can be a dangerous prospect right here. Ball 4 high. That is your third walk for the catcher, Jackson McCarthy.
Yeah.
And his second RBI.
Doing his job at the leadoff spot.
Next up is Crew Keys, shortstop. Last time up, an absolutely screaming double.
Yeah. The big hit that got the inning really rolling.
He wanted that first pitch, but hey, we're starting off ahead of a hitter. In this 10-run top of the second, that's the best spot we've been in a while.
Okay, working up now. Went off speed there.
Gonna sit 0-2. Been a little while since we've seen that count.
0-2, 2 outs. That's right.
Decent high again, 1-2. I just having a little bit of trouble placing it.
It's been some up and down, which is not always a good sign.
That's going to be 2-run single. Crew could be incorrect here, but shortstop Crew Keys, I believe, has 5 RBIs this inning.
It's a pretty good inning.
Pretty good inning.
Pitcher number 23, Nate Miller.
Pitcher Nate Miller, last time he was up, was hit by the pitch.
There you go, Whit. All right, well, not much to say about that inning, Coach.
Nope, it definitely, complexion of the game switched pretty drastically.
Produces 12 runs. We go to bottom of the second. Heritage Hall 4, Elks City.
8 hits and 12 runs.
8 hits. And they tell you at all levels of baseball, the walk will get you.
Yep.
And had quite a few walks in that inning.
We did.
Take a minute here and give you a quick promo from my friend Matt. Huge thanks to Stanley's Graduation, offering Jocelyn's products and conveniently located in Edmond. For all your high school grad needs, class rings, letter jackets, announcements, and championship rings, celebrating moments that matter. Stanley's Graduation Services. Call or text them at 405-607-4343 or visit them at jostens.com. Matt takes great care of us and took care of us for our spring Gala Heart of Gold auction with a round for 4 at Karsten.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think that was a hot item off the board by some of the patrons.
Oh, I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was. That's this Saturday, correct?
Yep, big Heart of Gold spring Gala here that we do every other year. It'll be fun. We're going to have it in our new Mingy Gymnasium.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah, and we haven't had it on campus in a while, and seats are a little limited that way, but it's worth it given the new gym.
Yeah, it's I remember my first few years here, it was always in the MAC.
Oh, yeah.
We had a really, really good time. It was 15 years ago now. I'm getting old, but
You are.
we had a really good time. You know, I feel like I can be forgiven. I would not normally miss the gala, but I am attending the wedding of a former Heritage Hall student on Saturday night.
That is a great reason.
Blake Carell.
All right.
He hit more or less the game-winning shot for the 2018 state championship for us.
Okay.
And he's got a baby girl and with his soon-to-be wife. And
that's awesome.
Very, very excited, very honored to be going to that. So, again, I would usually be at the gala, but I'm attending a Heritage Hall function.
It's work, but it's not.
Right.
That's exactly what you should be doing. Well, you got to approach this kind of inning with a lot of patience. You need base runners and a lot more than a couple.
Yes, you do. Yeah, you always say you don't want your crooked number matched with a crooked number, and they sure did that to us.
They did.
But again, you can turn it around. You're able to put up one as well, make them think about where they are in this game, and kind of go from there. You know, that first pitch, you can kind of tell the confidence, but it was interesting to see how Nate Miller walked off the mound last time. Not a lot of confidence when you come out with an 8-run
that helps you.
lead. Yes, it does.
There's hit by Niver. Tell you what, that kid just keeps hitting.
I'll bring the average on up.
Leads off the Chargers with a single.
One base at a time, turn it over.
Brings up the top of the order.
That is what you want from your 9-hole guy. You put him there because a lot of times he ends up leading off.
Max Everett is up.
There is no reason for any thought about stealing a base right here.
No, there's not.
Unless he throws it past him.
Everett had a single last time at bat.
A good hit from Max last time. Bring his average up a little bit.
Miller readies.
That's when you go.
There you go.
Every time I'm on the air, I sound old, Coach Sullivan. I feel like whatever you wear to the plate, you should keep on. You should have to run the bases in it. Coach Leon down there's got 17 arm guards and all from one player getting a hit.
He does. And then you got to go, and then they got to add the other mitt to their other hand. And
That's right. That's up in the air. See if we make a play on that. Second baseman should be under it. He is.
Good communication in the outfield to not have a situation happen there.
All right, Tripp can help himself here a little bit. Get some runs back.
Last time Tripp was up, he had a single. We started off last inning hot.
We did.
You know, speaking of averages, his ERA is going to take a bit of a hit after this
A
one.
little bit of a hit. There was not a lot unearned there. Yeah, Miller is certainly working ahead this inning.
That, oof. It's a great shot from the catcher.
Yeah. And Niver shows he's quick.
Yep.
Back to the bag.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Really need to get something going early and often in this inning.
Yeah. Oh, up again.
I will say Blue's been relatively consistent with the up.
Yeah, there's not much getting called above the belt. It's kind of old school. They've opened the strike zone back up in the major leagues a little bit to count that what was letters as when I was a kid growing up, and
right.
And they shrunk it down for so many years, that just tiny belt to top of knees, and
right.
Now that we've got pitch challenges in Major League Baseball, you're seeing the strike zone expand a little bit.
How do we feel about the ABS?
You know, I don't know. I like there's a part of me that there's a human error in baseball. It's part of the game.
Yeah, figuring out the ump, how he's going to call it.
Yeah, I agree. There's another hit
Good
for
job.
Tripp. Yeah, I don't think you're going to throw Caleb out on that one. Yeah, not a chance.
Nope, and coming home gave us a free base, so we'll take it. As you said, Tripp does help his case. The second single on the day. Moves a second to throw home. And Niver scores. Always nice when the leadoff gets on, right?
That's it. That's why you put that guy in the 9 hole. Somebody make contact and run.
Brings up senior number 7 shortstop, Whit Thomas.
A little visit here from Elk City. We're watching his pitch count. I don't know if I have it.
Whit hit a single last time up. Again, just kind of reemphasizing, started the inning really well last inning. See if we can replicate.
40. I'm surrounded by Sullivans up here, and the other Mr. Sullivan says 40 pitches for the Elk City guy. You guys aren't related in any way. Have you checked on this?
Well, it's not that we know of.
All right.
I will say, though, I don't even know if Andy Sullivan knows this story, so I'll say it loud enough for him to hear it. But I was a teacher. When I was still teaching, I was asked – Lucille Sullivan was asked if I was her father. I said, well, I would have had to have her at a very young age.
That'd been tough. Hey, Rhett and Grant's dad hanging out with us up here at the PA. He's always killing it on the PA for us.
Had a moment of a little scared when I was told that he might not be here. So I can't do both things.
I know, it's tough stuff.
Relieved when I walked in, he was up there. First pitch going to be ball.
I'm filling in for him next week on the PA. That's a lot more nerve-wracking than ChargerVision. You got to really pay attention when you're on the PA.
Yeah, we're just kind of getting to hang out and talk over here.
Correct.
Well, let's see if the feature player can switch spots with old Trip Thomas over there.
That one's in the air. I don't know if it's over his head or not. It is over his
the
head.
head.
He switched spots. We'll see if he sends Trip. He did.
Yeah, and they're not going to get.
Yeah, that's smart, Whit. That's
Good job,
right.
Whit. Well done. Well, feature player with a single and a double so far today.
Yeah.
I think that gives him 2 RBIs on the day.
And you said he was in the weight room. He just needed a little bit more weight room on that one.
Just a little bit.
Got it up in the jet stream. I thought there was a chance, but.
Yeah, after seeing what we saw earlier.
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything.
Number 9, Isaac Beeson.
Figured I'd mess it up for sure.
Well, senior back-to-back. Again, Isaac had a single last time up. Probably going to the well too many times. Let's see if he can switch spots. He tried. He tried valiantly right there.
He tried to not switch spots. He tried to go back to the dugout.
Yeah, he did.
Take a short trip around the bases and sit back down. That ball's hit hard. That's a heck of a play right there.
Really great play. Really great play.
Mayfield grinds it out.
All right, Grady, 2 outs. Let's get another run across here. Chip away.
Brings up first baseman number 13, Grady Murray.
Last time Gray was up, he hit into a 4-6-3 double play.
Boom. Well, must have been out.
Yeah, must have been the outside. Looks pretty good from our vantage point.
So you do struggle up here in and out a little bit, but up and down you get pretty good glimpse up here. I had a cut at it.
Well, we put a curve number up there. Hopefully not the smallest one. Keep it going here. 2 outs. Runner on second.
Good pitch.
Let's get Grady on base to bring up our home run guy.
That's right. See, get Jackson another one. There it is.
Ball's low, moving Witt over to third easily. Wild pitch from Miller.
Got it even at 2-2 now. 2's across the board. 2-2-2. And the second inning. Got 2's everywhere.
I've noticed as the sun keeps lowering, I just keep moving back further.
Yeah, I'm going to run on a cord, Coach. I don't know if that was a
Shot
fair
over to
ball or
third
not.
base. Runs it out. Miscommunication brings Witt Thomas home.
It's interesting. Easy for me to say up here. I thought first baseman had to play on himself, but
I would have thought so too. I thought he was going to beat him out, no doubt. But
he was playing a little deep. But
Beats it out to first.
Grady hustled down.
yep, Grady down the line. They can give that an infield hit.
Did you say you're going to give that a hit?
I think so. I don't.
Kind of hard to air the miscommunication.
There's a debate in the dugout going on about the scoring of that, I think. Got to be generous to your own guys. Oop, tried it. He went after the curveball.
Yeah, you did. Well, 12-7. 3 spot here.
Clawing back a little bit.
Usually sounds real good when you go 4 and then 3.
Yeah, yeah. That ball's hammered.
Yep, that's going to get down. First and second, 2 out. A little 2-out rally, see if we can get one going.
Andrick getting rid of the gear. Veteran catcher move, just had the shin guards on.
He shot a single, his second hit of the day. Now the plate, number 3, Andrew Coleman.
Last time Andrew came to the plate, worked a really good walk.
He did.
First one's up and foul.
Add his 12 RBI total for the year.
Let's go ahead and sit on one here, Andrick. See what we can do. Inside for ball one. I'll tell you, if I was the coach of Elk City, the Nate Miller and then the Miller Mayfield, I have to decide if I'm calling guys by first names or second names. It'd be tough. It's going to be a foul out.
Chargers leave 2 stranded. But not before they
First
pick up
baseman there.
3 runs
Yep,
on
good play.
5 hits. We go to the top of the 3rd. Elk City 12, Heritage Hall 7.
Yeah. All right. We'll be back here at Stadium 11 after a quick word from our Heritage Hall sponsors.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
We are back as Isaac Beeson warms up for the top of the 3rd inning. You heard that right, the top of the 3rd inning.
Top of the 3rd inning. We got commentators in the cheap seats talking about us hunkering down up here and get ready for an evening of work.
I've just seen those commentators on a hot dog and water run.
Yeah, it's about time.
Beeson brings first pitch home. Strike one. Working ahead of a batter. Again, good trend there if we can keep it up. Bound the ball out to left field. Be a single.
Murphy starts off with a single. Now up number 18, Kentry Martin.
Last time Kentry was up, had a single. Number 1 for 2 today, the strikeout in that single.
Getting an early out this inning.
Yeah. Need to back up some runs with some stops here. Brings the count to 1-1.
There's a 2 ball. There it is.
It's a 6-4 3-double play there.
Looking good up the middle.
Markham grounds into the 6-4-3 to give 2 outs at the plate.
Well, exactly what you asked for. We need you to start asking for things more often. Get one up in the dress tree and we hit a home run.
Yep, I think that's right.
Get outs early in the inning, we get double play.
That's right.
You're just not talking enough, so it sounds like to me.
It might be it. Maybe if I'm quiet, it helps.
Well, been ahead of all 3 hitters so far.
All right, I got all the people giving us trouble by text taken care of, I think. Even count. Ooh, there's that pitch that's just up.
Ground ball to third base. E-chalk.
There it is.
There's a quick inning for us.
All right, need 3 to 5 to 7 more.
Chargers hold the Elks to 1 hit. We go to the bottom.
1 hit, no runs. We haven't said that today.
No, we have not.
7, Elk City 12.
We're going to bring Austin E-chalk up next inning.
3 Points Land is proud to support the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Points Land is leading the industry in land services for energy innovation. Visit 3pointsland.com to learn more. And Ryan Cunningham and Marcus Mears established the law firm of Cunningham and Mears with the mission to help Oklahomans who were injured by another's negligence. Over the last 30 years, they've helped thousands of clients recover hundreds of millions of dollars. Consultation is free, and you only pay them if they win your case. If you or a loved one is injured or needs help with an insurance dispute, Cunningham and Mears has the experience you need. Well, Coach, looking back at Joe Cooper Auto Group Keys text to victory, timely hitting's been all right. Defensively been all right. We had, I think, maybe 1 error defensively. Pass ball, questionable.
Yeah.
The pitching, we got the base on balls.
Yep.
The base on balls,
Yep.
and they started seeing the ball, as you point out, hitting it a little bit better. But if we can get if Beeson looked good there, if we can get another inning where he's in the groove a little bit, he's not a guy who's used to, he's a starter. Came in out of the outfield.
He really did seem to settle down, though, there.
He
I
did.
think.
The bottom of the 3rd, the Chargers will be led off by number 4, Austin E-chalk.
We're back down at the bottom again. If we can get these first 2 guys on, get Austin and Caleb on and get something rolling again. It's a good hack.
Austin struck out last time he was up. See if we can change that fortune. Get on base here. Evens count 1-1.
Ball down.
Ball up.
All right, Austin. Get yourself on somehow, some way.
Austin can work his way on. It would give us our 3rd leadoff hitter in 3 innings.
Nope.
Well, he didn't quite get out. That's a half jinx I just put on him.
That's right. Nice work.
Counts even at 2-2.
That's a hit.
There it is, Austin. Well done. Well done.
That's again a freshman sitting on a 2-2 curveball, and just stayed back. And that's exactly how you teach it in the cage. Take that curveball right up back over his head.
Freshman to freshman.
Yep.
Caleb Niver steps into the box.
Number 17, Caleb Niver.
The lineup's going to turn over either way, but let's see if Caleb can do it while keeping 0 outs up there on the board.
Yeah. Got to move him. And big hole over here right now with the first baseman holding. Good look.
Ball inside there. Counts even at 1-1.
You know, you worry often in these situations about a lefty move. We haven't seen much out of his move to first.
No, I haven't really even seen him think about it.
I mean, we've been cautious, it looks like, in the situations we've been in, but we were down a bunch, so you're not going to run yourself out of an inning, but I haven't seen him move over at all.
Tough strike out there by Nivert. Brings up Max Everett. He is 1 for 2. Flied out to center field last time up.
All right, Max, here we go.
First pitch strike there from Miller.
Good time for another double by Max here. It'd be good to see. Get a second one of the year.
Ooh, outside on that one.
All right.
Yeah, like you said, hard to see from up here. I thought that was a pretty darn good pitch. See what Max can do here. 1-1 count.
Oh, up and away. Take it 2-1.
Our lineup about to go through and see this pitcher for the third time.
That's right. And pitch count's got to be getting 55 or so, 60.
It seemed like Max thought that pitch was much different than the last one.
Two on the way. Up. Nope, not up. It's up, all right. Right behind the shoulder.
Well, Max does what leadoff hitter is supposed to do, and he gets himself on base. 2 on, 1 out. Bringing up Tripp Thomas, who has 2 singles on the day. Wouldn't mind seeing another one, getting a run, maybe 2.
Would not be bad.
Number 23, Tripp Thomas.
He's after it.
No doubt about that. I would venture to say Tripp probably wants to get some runs back.
Yeah. He has helped himself so far. Now he needs to help his teammate out, help Beeson on the mound. That ball's hit towards the gap.
Good play, good jump on it. Need to have Witt stay hot here, you know? Single, double, let's just go ahead and
run another triple onto his ledger that we were talking about before.
Yeah. I'm not going to scoff at getting the home run first, and we'll come back for the triple.
That'd be fine. Yeah, triple's a tough one.
It is. I say that like I made a habit of hitting a lot of home runs.
Me too. That was 2 career home runs, I think, for me in high school total. Wind aided on really short fields. Up and away. Even it up, 1-1.
Really want to answer the quick inning with at least
a couple
run
runs.
or
Yeah,
two.
that's it. Get out of
Need
here.
that to
Yeah,
get
it's
out.
out of here. Oh,
Really good play by the third baseman.
a great play.
Chargers lead 2 stranded, and the Elks get out of the third. We
Well,
have
the
fourth. Elk City 12.
the hot hitting of Tripp and Witt comes to a close there.
Yeah.
Looks like we have Wyatt Talaferro coming up next for the Elks. Head to the top of the 4th.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? That means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
You guys are back.
So you're doing this thing now? As play-by-play guy? Yeah.
We're back in the top of the 4th. Beeson again to the mound. Just had Prez. We just had 2 quick innings after 2 very long ones. Sorry, two quick half innings.
Yeah, we did. After 2 very long ones. Looks like Beeson's started off close there. Might have missed out.
Every chance it looks like the Chargers have had to steal some momentum here, going up 4-0, having a quick half inning.
Yeah.
Just not.
That keeps getting answered.
Yeah, it does. Not seizing it. Oh, tough play.
That's all you got. That's all Witt had. Beeson or bust on that one. That's a tough spot.
It was. Once it got over his head, that's such a slow roller. You got to make a roll
Yeah.
play.
Talaferro gives it out to land on first. Brings up number 16, Miller Mayfield.
Miller Mayfield on the day with a walk and a single. 1 for 1.
Dean Steve Chard has joined us up here in the booth to probably had to get away from the knuckleheads down on the admin row.
Right. I'm sure Mallory was really giving him some trouble.
Change the mojo.
Changing the mojo. That is a baseball guy. Changing the mojo.
What we should have seen is him on his way over here and said, hey, hot dogs.
Yeah, hot dogs and some waters. No.
Water was hard for me to say there.
2-0 now. Beeson needs to pump one in there for us.
He really does, and it's something we got to get changed in the latter half of this game.
Here we go.
These leadoff hitters.
Yep. We've too many guys on the bases for them early in half innings.
Steals on.
Nope. Got to check him. Got to check him at first.
Talaferro makes his way second base on the stolen base. As Prez was saying, no look over here, no hole, nothing.
There you go. A little help there. Brought the count to full.
There's focusing on batters, and there's, checking a couple things too.
That's right.
Little poked out. That's going to fall. First and third, no out. That brings up Kit Hunt, center fielder.
Gets his second single of the day.
Kit has made it on base twice.
Correct.
No hits on the day.
And one shot to the ear hole.
Yes.
Get him swinging the bat here.
Well executed bunt. Moves the runners over.
Good spot for your 9-hole. Looked like he'd done it before. Looked like he knew what he was doing up there with the bat. Squaring to sacrifice.
Hunter's sack bunt moves the runners to second and third.
Liner's about to get a second look through the whole thing at Beeson.
Back to MacArthur, who's just keeps getting on base.
Been a base runner 3 times. Not put the ball in play yet. And he'll start off the same way. Second, third, 1 out.
He's a catcher, leadoff hitting catcher, and you don't see it every day, but he obviously knows the strike zone.
Two-0 pitch coming home.
There's one in play.
Be a tag on. He's going to get RBI. And we're going to have a misplayed cutoff to score a second. Clears the bases, 2 outs. Now it is 14-7. Top of the 4th. And again, like we talked about, Aaron, that just kind of they just take the momentum back again.
Yeah, we helped them there, obviously, with the air on the cutoff. That's a heck of a play.
What a play by Grady Murray. Wow.
Heck of a play. All right, well, we got out of that inning.
Beauty snag by Murray. Gets the Chargers out of the inning. Not before the Elks put up 2 more runs. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Elk City 14, Heritage Hall 7.
Coming up on the bottom of the 4th, looks like we have Isaac Beeson to lead it off.
Proud to be part of the Charger family. Dave's Hot Chicken is here to spice up your game day. Enjoy our mind-blowing hot chicken from our newest location in Chisholm Creek. Brian's getting it done.
He really is, man.
Got himself Citizen House now, and he keeps taking on more projects.
Well, if we're speaking about it, you might as well just go with Spark, too.
And Spark, yeah.
They probably support Heritage Hall Athletics.
They're great with us. Yeah, we were in there. We sent some fans, I guess it was after Victory was down here. Christian sent some fans to Spark to eat afterwards, and Jody and I stopped and had a burger with Jaden. It's always good.
Well, yeah,
can't go wrong.
They delivered burger bowls up for the tennis tournament last weekend.
Oh, perfect.
Fantastic.
It
I was
is fantastic.
not sad to be the admin on duty for that one.
All right, well, we got, as you mentioned, Beeson needs to help himself here a little bit. get himself on base. Yeah. Go ahead. You need cash? Freebie? All right. Some complex financial negotiations with Dean Chard there.
Yeah, they are.
He's going to go get us maybe a dog and a water.
Yeah, golly. I haven't had a good ballpark dog yet this year.
I haven't either. Chuck's a fan.
If I wasn't on the call, I might do the chili situation, but
That's a lot.
it's going to be hard.
Yeah, that's a lot on the radio call.
I'm not even worried about the call as much as my beautiful white piece of paper here.
Your white piece of paper and your matching shirt. All right, now to get an answer now. Got to answer. Need more than 2.
Yeah, we got to keep, well, try again to cut into this lead. I say keep. We were doing it and then taking a break from it.
73. 73 pitches for Nate Miller.
I don't think they're in any hurry to get him out of the game at this moment.
Got the sun in just the right spot right now.
Yep, it is. It's blaring. Again, Beeson up, 1 for 2 on the day. Single and a 4-3 put out.
Oh, it's up. That's
Stays
it.
away from
That's
it.
it.
You know, I only played baseball to my freshman year, but that pitch right there, I swung at pretty much every time.
Yeah, that's when you stop playing as a freshman, right? You
Yep.
pick the pitch up in the curveball. Yep.
So I knew they've got multiple ways to get me out. I think I'm good.
And you could shoot the rock a little bit, so you figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to go play.
Just line up from 20 feet back then.
Yeah, exactly. Had a pretty good team, so I thought I'm just going to stay here in the corner. You guys feed it to me when you need it.
That's right. Oh, wow. That's in, clearly. Or just barely. Got it to 2-2.
We need to match their leadoff hitters, right? We need to make sure we're getting on base.
Yep.
Setting up a chance to score some runs here. Really good play on that tough chop. Great throw
Yeah.
to get it across. That's actually a really good play.
It's a good play. He had to. Backing up is never a good sign usually, but he made that play.
Grady's up after his fantastic play to end the last inning at first. Half inning, excuse me.
It was a heck of a play. and good cover by Beeson.
Well, yeah, good on the ump to let it, be fair. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fair, but that's not an easy call.
No, not from there.
Right now,
Another one out.
yep, 2-0. Right now, trying to create innings, starting off with 1 out. It's not the easiest thing to
Nope.
do.
Leadoff guy is important, as we've said for Elk City. Oh, that's all right. Take whatever you get.
Ah, look at that.
There you go. You got your chili.
Yes.
Thanks. I'm good. Yeah. Thanks, Coach. We should-
3-1 count.
All right, Grady, get your way on.
There it is.
All right. Oh, thanks. All right, we got one on, one out. Make it roll now.
Echok back up to the plate. On the day, he's got a homer and a single. See if he can stay perfect.
Up and away.
Sitting bottom 4, Elk City up 14-7. Majority of that damage was done in the top of the second. We've liked our odd half innings.
That's up in the air to right field.
Wind gave a little trouble, but not much. Fly out there to right field brings up Andrick Golden.
At the plate, number 3, Andrick Golden.
In President Petro, we've had every odd half inning for us so far. We've been pretty quick defensively. Every even, not so quick.
Not so quick.
And kind of the vice versa side of that, right? The odd half inning we've hit well, even not so much.
Not so much.
You start entering. We really need to get something here. You start entering that 5th inning down 7.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Pressed for time.
That ball's hit hard to gap.
Get down, get down, get down. Well done. Should score a run. Well, if we're gonna run, it'll score a run.
Yep. Got him.
RBI double from Andrick.
Grady's tired.
He is.
Good work, Grady.
Brings Andrick's double total to 5 for the year. Have a courtesy runner for catcher, Andrick Golden.
Courtesy running for Heritage Hall, number 31, Daniel Lacani.
Again, that's Daniel Lacani.
Daniel's out there.
Now back to number 4, Austin Echok.
Little Echok brothers up here. Hope we can.
Let's just throw another single out there, score
Yeah.
one. Let's get it moving a little bit. Need a two out rally. First pitch, foul ball. Yeah, they don't seem to be any hurry as far as pitchers go.
No, I haven't seen much action. I haven't looked down there, coach, to see. I don't see anybody in the bullpen. And tied him up there, 0-2.
I mean, in reality, he can give up a couple runs, darn near a couple runs each inning from here on and be okay. So.
Yeah, you would think they're going to watch pitch count, obviously. He's probably got to be one of their top 2 starters, the lefty.
Good take there. That's a hard one to lay off of it, 0-2.
Echok boys see a lot of pitches. They get a lot of at-bats during a calendar year.
Yes, they do.
There you go, hanging in.
You know, power to them. I don't know that I liked any sport well enough to play it for a full year every time. They play football.
They play football, but they're still, they're playing a lot of summer ball, and maybe not in the cage quite as much during football season, but as soon as that's over, they're at it.
Good eye. Jeez Louise, good eye.
It must be just out.
Brings it 2-2. Fouls off, staying alive.
Yeah, he is. He's good at bat.
Really need to put one in play here. Put one in play, bring a runner home, keep it going, try to turn over the lineup. A lot of good things can happen. Really working the count.
Yep, 3-2. Seen some pitches, fouled some off.
Yeah, this will be the, I think, 8th
Yeah,
pitch.
sounds right. This at bat.
Oh, great play by the third baseman. Can we beat it out? Nope. What a play over there at third.
That's a heck of a play.
That gets by. It's definitely scoring.
Yeah, 1 run in on the golden double, and we'll take a break here at Stadium 11.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
Almost 2 hours for 4 innings.
All right. Well, Mr. Sullivan just informed us. 4 innings, a little over 2 hours.
On pace guy.
Mm-hmm. Pitcher Nate Miller leading off for Elk City.
On the day, strikeout, hit by pitch, and put out 4-3 ground ball.
Leaving that off speed up. There you go. That's where you want to throw that ball to the lefty.
Yep. Grounder over to Echok.
Yep.
Puts him out.
That is a leadoff runner out, Coach Sullivan.
Oh, that's big time. Hold on now. Well, it's an odd inning, you know.
It's an odd inning.
Now on number 5, Brent Murphy.
You know, sports are funny. You're up 14-8, and you're having to get told body language by your coach.
That's
Right?
right. I heard that.
But that's how sports are.
It's right, though. You know, you get down on, you know, you're thinking about you there, and coaches don't want to see it. You made a ground out, you grounded out. He's your pitcher. You want his body language good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Brent Murphy hit by pitch.
And Andrew Golden hit by pitch.
Yes.
Murphy gets the hard 90 to go to first. Now at number 18.
That is 3 bases, first bases we've yielded. Hit a batter.
Yeah, hit by pitches and walks, man. They're adding up today.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have half-price chili.
Oh, half-price chili now.
Oh. Yeah, it looks like that is 9.
9 base on balls.
9 free passes, either hit by a pitch or a walk.
And we're down 6.
Looks like Andrick's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think it came off the elbow guard and got him.
Just the moment that Mallory went on down to soccer to check it out.
Uh-huh. You notice Coach Chelton didn't move when his catcher was hurt. I think he's been through that.
I'd say so. Did you know that Mick told me he's had 12 knee surgeries?
That's unbelievable. How he's walking.
It's a ridiculous number. Both knees are fake.
Yep.
That was peppered.
Oh, that's a great play. Oh, pulled him.
Pulled him off the bag.
It's a great play by Witt. Didn't just gloved it over.
Yep.
2 down. Had him positioned well there. We'll give credit to Coach Mick on that one. Had Witt playing in a good spot. Freddie's had a pretty good day for the Elks.
He has 2 singles. I think 3 RBIs. That would have been the second in a row 6-4-3 that Markham hit into, but we pulled Brady off the bag.
That's a good piece of heads-up commentary, Coach. I do remember the last one. It's tailor-made. Ooh, roll up.
Runs the count to 2-0.
Still up.
Last time Marvez was up, he hit into a 5-3 put out. It's a really good play from Meachuk last time.
Yeah, it was a great play.
Take all the way, puts second runner on, 2 on, 2 out. Still nobody hurt, but we're inching towards a scary position. And you can tell that by Coach Chuck coming out for a conversation.
A little mound visit.
Now batting number 11, Wyatt Talaferro.
Take a moment here to thank Lee and Whitney Real Estate. So real estate brokerage here in the OKC Metro. Liz Strickland and Whitney Moss are dedicated to their clients every step of the way. ChargerVision and the HH community is proud to have them as sponsors. To learn more about Lee and Whitney and their real estate brokerage, visit leeandwhitney.com. It's all about the power of 2.
Also go ahead and give a shout out to 3 Points Land. They're proud to sponsor the Chargers, and the Chargers are proud to have them on our team. 3 Points Land is leading the industry in land services. For energysland.com to learn more. Excuse me.
All right, back at it. Mound visit done.
Just a quick one. Basically, hey, man, we got to get out of this inning.
Yeah, throw strikes. It was great coaching, I'm sure. Throw strikes.
Yeah.
I need you to throw some strikes here. I need you to work ahead. That's how you do that.
I mean,
got a little help from him. Might have been up a little, but
give it up to Coach Chuck over there.
That's coaching.
I don't know if you remember, if your kids were of the age, probably not, the Disney movie Brink, the skating movie back in the day.
I do not. Don't know Brink.
He was having trouble in a skating competition. His sister came up and said, "Brink, do better." He goes, "Do better."
Do better.
And then he did great. So it's just a simple advice that helps you out. Throw strikes.
Yeah. I have given my kids similar, like, be better. Come on, just be better. Oh, there we go. Got him with the curveball there.
1 and 2 the count.
Definitely working ahead.
Let's go ahead and get out of this inning with no damage and give ourselves a shot.
Get 3 or 4.
Really good play by Witt, staying down the ball.
That's a great play. All right, out of it with no damage. It was a top. Top 5 and a 0 up there.
Come away with no runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
You know, we had Isaac come in, and for first 3 batters, definitely didn't have it going, and he's really settled down well.
Yeah, like we said, it's hard to come in out of left field. No bullpen time. You're usually a starter.
Girls soccer is currently up 2-0 in the first half on Blanchard.
Love it.
Go ahead and kind of throw out some more Heritage Hall information out here over the past week or so. Charger Track and Field had a great showing. Coach Liv Nixon and I are able to go out there little bit on Friday, then get back for the afternoon of our in-service day. But it was nice to see them running. Our girls 4x8 is exceptional, by the way.
Yeah, so I've heard.
They're exceptional. But girls finished third at Carl Albert. They were 8th at Bethany. And the boys won the Bethany meet, and they were shorthanded at Carl Albert. They had some guys sitting out, some guys injured, resting their bodies a little bit. So they came up 11th. But they will head to Purcell on Thursday for an after-school meet. See that? Look there, keeping education at the top of the priority.
I love it.
But no, it was a lot of fun. And Zeffie Ellenberg broke her second meet record in 2 weeks in the 2-mile.
Wow.
Very impressive.
And
Very impressive.
Who's our – shout out our 4x8 team. Go ahead and you know all
It was, yeah. So Zeffie was our anchor.
Yeah.
She made a great move to win it on the back stretch, and then she just pulled away. Sloan Travis started it. You know what? I'm going to hate myself for not – second leg was a freshman, and I –
Okay. Wow, good.
Gosh dang it. I'm going to have to really think about who that was. And then third leg was Brooklyn Moore.
Oh, good.
I'll figure out the freshman's name and get back on here. Gosh dang, it's going to make me real sad because she ran a heck of a race. It's only her second time running it.
Oh, wow.
She ran like a 2:45. Not bad at all. But they girls have a real chance. We were talking earlier. They have a real chance at a state championship, and that 4x8 especially. But the girls could go in there, take anywhere from 2 to 4 of the 4 relays when they get to state. I mean,
wow.
They are that capable. And you take 2 or 4, you're in a good position. You take 3 or 4, you're probably winning it. You take 4 or 4, you are winning it.
Looks like we got Nate Miller out of the game. Pitching change. Trying to get you who's pitching right now for the –
Niver in the batter's box for the Chargers currently.
Number 11 for the Elks is – we're getting that information here. That's Wyatt Teleferro. Has been moved around a little bit now. He's on the mound.
And strikes out Niver. It's 2 strikeouts in a row for Niver after a great
good leadoff. Yep.
Teleferro has moved over to pitcher. He is having no problem finding this.
No, he's throwing strikes.
Some Grady Murray action in the Chargers bullpen.
Yeah, Grady's up out there.
Another inning, another leadoff hitter down for the Chargers.
All right, I guess that was up and in. Cue ball over this way.
You know, when you talk about the Chargers tonight, like you mentioned, the free passes across the board and the lack of leadoff hitters, man, if you're drawing up a way to be down in a game, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. We've talked about both those points tonight. And got to throw strikes. Got to get on base.
Really surprised that wasn't a strike, speaking of throwing strikes.
Yeah, that looked good.
Count runs full. See if Max can get himself on again. Steady strikes out. Max now 1 for 3 on the day. Brings up Tripp Thomas. Flied out to center last time up. 2 singles on the day.
Here we go, Tripp. That's a shot right at him.
Really efficient inning.
2 in a row. Tripp has hit hard. 1 in the gap last time they got run down.
Talaferro gets him 1, 2, 3 to the top of the 6th. Elk City 14, Heritage Hall 8.
We will head to
head to break here.
Commercial.
Joe Cooper Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves you, Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
You guys are back. Your attention, please. Now pitching for Heritage Hall, number 13, Brady Murray. Murray pitching. At catcher, number 10, Jackson Echok. Third base, number 23, Trip Thomas. And left field, number 9, Isaac Beeson.
Welcome back, Charger and Elk fans, to Stadium 11. We've got some changes, Coach Sullivan.
We do. We have Grady Murray stepping into pitch. That moves moves Isaac Beeson back out to left field. Trip Thomas to third. Jackson Echok to catcher, and finally Andrew Golden over to first base.
Yeah, all the places we talked about these guys could play, they got just moved around into them. That's a good first pitch. Right at Tripp. Witt says, hey, I'm the shortstop. What are you doing over here?
Miller Mayfield there flies out. As you said, to Trip Thomas. Kit Hunt's up to the plate. He is still 0 for 0. Hit by pitch, base on balls, and a sacrifice bunt.
There it is. 0-2.
Leadoff hitter out, by the way. Good job, Grady.
Yeah. And that, that's interference.
Yes. Good stretch. Shouldn't mattered. Should have been called out.
Well, it should have been called out at the plate.
And that is Kit's first batting statistic. Strikeout. Actually, I think he may have had an RBI with. We did with the sacrifice bunt. Never mind.
He did.
Top of the order, Jackson MacArthur. 3 walks and a sacrifice fly. Unfortunately for the Chargers, that little spot right in front of home plate has become a popular bounce spot.
Yeah. It's not going to get you a lot of first pitch strikes. There's one.
Grady's pitched pretty well this season, I believe.
He has.
.494 ERA and 17 innings pitched, 17 strikeouts. Not bad.
There's a bouncer up the middle. Witt got him.
Witt's really had some good range today from short.
Finally got him out.
Yeah, we did.
I guess we got him out on a sacrifice, right? But he got an RBI.
We go to the bottom of the 6th, Elk City 14, Heritage Hall 8.
Okay. Brings up Witt Thomas.
Got to get some runs in this spot.
Yeah, bottom 6. Bottom 6, you really got to make a dent in this thing. You don't want to have 6 in the bottom 7. That's going to be a real tough ask. Mr. Fetcher, did you watch any of the national championship game last night?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I grew up an Indiana basketball fan, and all my friends growing up in Toledo, Ohio, were Michigan and Ohio State fans, and anytime Michigan or Ohio State wins anything, I hear about it. and I heard about it.
Yeah.
And UConn, two in the last 3 years was enough. Right?
Yeah.
I was good, not bad to see Michigan win,
No.
and they were. I mean,
they were good.
And my Tennessee Vols, the other team I root for, they blew them out 30-some points. I thought, oh my gosh, we played bad. Then they did it to Arizona. And then Axel got hurt a little bit in the Arizona game and was limited last night. It looked like. You're the basketball coach. I don't know these things.
He was. Not to get too deep into it, but Michigan does something that we try to do here, and we're not near as good at it because they're freaks. But
yeah, they're big, fast kids.
But they do a thing called tail switching, where it's hard to tell if they're if they're going to switch the screens or not, and then if they don't get touched, they don't switch them, and so it's really hard. Coach Hurley he's the best in the country, maybe the best in the world at switch beaters. But it's really hard to beat a switch if you don't know if they're switching.
If it's happening, yeah.
So they did a really good job with that. The one person they continuously switched was their big, kept him around the bucket. Hurley beat him out of a timeout really well one time.
Yep.
With a little fake back screen into a flare, and he got a good shot, and it got the game within 9 or so, but he just didn't have very many of them. You don't plan for that very much as an offensive coach.
Seems like you got to have a pretty bright group of kids to play that way.
You do.
Yep.
You do.
And
bright and probably old, and they had both.
Yeah, they did. Yep, Michigan's filled with seniors and fifth year maybe.
Yep.
All right, Witt.
Great.
Get over his head.
Over.
That's over.
Good. Over and up for the triple? I think so.
Nope, not down 6. That's smart by Witt.
You're right. I was excited there, though. Second double of the day.
Yeah, that one was hit on the nose.
It was. Brings up Beeson. Again's moved back over to left field. Isaac started out hot with a single, but since has been 4-3 put out and a 6-3 put out.
7th home run of the year would be nice right here.
It would the pucker factor would increase.
It wouldn't hurt us. That's right. Ooh, we went after it.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think pitcher Nate Miller may have moved over out here to right.
Looks like you're right. Keep that left-handed bat in the lineup.
Mm-hmm.
Boy. Up when it crossed the plate, I suppose.
Runs the count to 1-1. A little slight cloud cover over there has helped us a little.
It is not hurting us right now. We can see, and we're not sweating currently. Out and away.
All right.
Down and away.
2-1 the count. Beeson working a little bit. Like we said, coming into the bottom half of the frame, really be nice to just put something on there to make them think about what they're going to have to do next inning.
Yep. Ooh, that was a hack. Lord.
He was sitting, and gosh, dog, he wanted it. Beeson gets down the ball. That's a hard hit ball. I don't know.
That's a hit. If your home scorer is kind.
Well,
the home scorer is kind of a jerk.
I'll tell you my chicken scratch score will 100% be
all right.
A hit. Murray, after his change to pitcher. Well, they're going to bring a new arm in for Grady. Well, they're going to try to limit the damage here as it's run up to 14-9. No outs.
Runner on first.
A little bit more like you want to see, right? You get a run across already. Still have no outs. Got a base runner. pretty stuff. No, they're not going to change pitchers. Just a mound visit. Solid coaching advice from downstairs.
Yeah, that's kind of like throw a strike. Yeah. Get the ground ball and field it.
Yep.
Yep. I prefer hit it over the wall so they can't field it.
Correct. As Yogi Berra once said, hit it where they ain't.
Hit it where they ain't. We've let off with a couple that way this inning. Let's get another one. Oh, good play.
Yeah, real good play. You don't expect the pitch to hit that far in front.
It's the hardest one when you're sitting behind the dish is the 56-footer. Up and out.
3-0 count.
Got to be taken here. 3 home runs or not.
Yep.
You got to take here. Turn him loose. 3-1. Oh. Okay. All right. Weren't going to swing at that anyway.
No, but gosh, dog, I thought he made the right choice. Because it really wasn't a choice, but
no.
thought we were going to get the benefit of no choice.
Okay.
Grady was not overly excited about those 2 goals.
Not at all.
Good job keeping composure.
Yeah.
Getting back in the box. Make something happen.
That one is up.
There you go. You earned it by keeping your composure, keeping your cool. Good job. Well done. That'll make 2 walks in a row for Grady. Brings up
Jackson
Eachall.
Jackson losing another one here could really make things interesting.
Fly out to right field last time, but as you said, he's already had 2 hits in the day, a single and a first inning, bomb.
Yeah, another bomb tightens this up considerably.
Yeah, 3-run jack would make this quite the interesting affair. I agree. But as you said, let's just keep making base runners.
Yep. Be selective at the plate. And it's still true that Jackson cannot tie it with 1 swing. We are not there yet, so base runners. That ball's hammered.
That's going to be hard to find. Wow, well found. Jeez Louise, well found there by the left fielder.
Hard for me to find. Into that sun. I knew it was hit hard. That's all I knew.
It was on a line. He took a misstep, came back, read it well after the first misstep. But
Tripp has hit too hard right at people, and they're now Eachawk's got another one hit hard right at somebody.
Andrew headed to the plate, fresh off a double.
Andrew can lose one too. He hasn't hit one. He hit one out preseason this year. I was here for that. It was a little chilly too.
No, but he's running his count of doubles up to 5.
He's a gap-to-gap guy. He hits him gap-to-gap and get a good approach at the plate. If he runs into one, he's trying to hit it gap-to-gap and it goes out.
Count even 1-1.
All right, out. 21. Also a pretty good hitter's count because you don't want to go 3-1.
No, you don't. And gosh darn, that left field line looks really pretty right now.
It does.
But, heck, third base has made a great play over there already. Actually, that might have been Talaferro who made that play, though.
It was. That's right. Before he went into pitch. Good look. That's the problem. You go up there as a hitter thinking 2-1. All right, this is it. You get a little keyed up and got to have the patience. Now you're really kind of keyed up. Looking at a spot about this big.
Yep.
That wasn't it.
But as you said, base runners. Let's get base runners. Bases loaded, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th. The Chargers are trailing by 5, 14-9. Just a quick review. Pretty much all that damage was done in the top of the 2nd.
Yep, 12.
The Chargers, since being down 12-4, have put a 3 spot on, a 1 spot on, and so far another 1 spot on. So we'll see if we can get any more of this inning. Beeson settled down to hold him to a couple, and then Brady Murray came in, had a really good half inning.
Up 5-2 since that 12-run inning. All right. Ooh, took a hack.
Austin Neatchuck on the day, 1 for 3, strikeout, ground out, and a single.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting on the single. It hit the curveball back up the middle.
Yeah, that was a long at bat.
It was. There it is again.
What a gosh darn play. Wow.
That's a heck of a play.
Fielder's choice brings home a run. Score is now 14-10, but there are 2 outs. Huge out. He doesn't make that play, it brings home 2. You're 1 out. Very different situation. That was really well done, just keeping your head, making that play.
Thought maybe there's a chance for him to throw it into the dugout, but he hopped it over there, and third baseman made a heck of a scoop on it.
Counts 0-1. First pitch in there for a strike. Off speed. Delfero bring the second. That's going to be a big fly ball. Shouldn't be too hard to find, and it's not. Ends the Charger threat, but they tack on 2, make it 14-10.
Chargers leave 2 stranded.
We head to the top of the 7th. We'll take a commercial break and be back.
When you walk into this room, who you have beside you matters. Experience matters. We fight in Oklahoma and around the country, standing toe-to-toe against the most powerful adversaries in the world, and we win. Our record speaks for itself. Our verdicts and settlements speak for themselves, and we want to fight for you. Nix Patterson, Oklahoma attorneys with world-class experience.
In the top of the 7th, leading off for Elk City, number 13, Crew Keys.
And we're back in the top of the 7th. Crew Keys up. Just made a fantastic play at shortstop to really quell the Charger Tide. They were coming to get significant runs there in the bottom of the 6th, and a fantastic play. Fielder's choice changed the momentum. Flies out now to Beeson out in left field. Next up, former pitcher, now right fielder, Nate Miller.
Beeson gets the first out for the Chargers. At the plate, 23, Nate Miller.
Miller on the hook for the win currently. So he had the lead as he went out. Puts that ball into play. That'll be a single. One out base runner for the Elks. Now headed up, Brent Murphy. Murphy has 2 singles. A strikeout, has been hit by a pitch today. Up for the 5th time in the game. As Murray squares the pitch. First pitch strike. Ball comes to the plate. Swing and miss. Strike 2. Counts at 0-2. 1 out, 1 on. Miller stands at first base. Well, Mr. Fetro, in your short absence,
so we got an out.
We got an out. They put one through the first on the first base side for a single, and now we're 2 strikes in.
Oh, a little wild pitch there. Appreciate the coverage, Sully. We'll adjust the fluid levels there.
Wild pitch sends Miller over to second base. And again, that spot in front of the plate has become far too frequent.
There you go.
Big strikeout for Grady Murray. Sits down Brent Murphy and brings up Kentry Markham.
Now batting number 18.
Should have been the subject of a second straight 6-4-3 double play, but our throw brought off the bat.
A little high on the throw.
2 singles one single on the day. High and tight. Need to keep the board clear, Mr. Fetro. Got to keep the board clear this inning. Gives us the chance. Score 14-10. Well, that's not going to do it. Good piece of hitting. It's going to send Miller home. Extend the lead to 15-10. RBI single.
We've given them a bunch of base runners, but they've hit the ball.
Yes. They made us pay for them.
Mr. Sullivan and Mr. O'Daniel up here told me after seeing them last night, they knew they could hit the ball. And they've hit it well.
17,
Arvizu, the designated hitter. Started off hot with 2 singles. Has been put up at the third baseman and the shortstop the last 2 times up.
Couple good plays at second base tonight. Or maybe he's DH. Who was playing second? Is that Miller Mayfield, isn't it? Yeah, he's made a couple plays out there. Good location, low and away. It's a strike and it's hard pitch to hit. Straight up, you got it, Sully. Hendricks on it. All right. Well, got to have 5.
Elks give 1 run on 1 hit. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Elks 15. Heritage Hall 10.
Well, Couldn't ask for a better part of the order. It's the top.
That's right.
Let's see what we can do. I mean, if you're set and trying to have anything up there, this is what you want up.
Yep.
Let's look at it. Max, 1 for 3 on the day. Need him to get back on base here. We got Trip Thomas is 2 for 4.
And it's hit the ball hard every
He hits
time.
the ball really hard all the time. Whit Thomas is 3 for 4. And Isaac Beeson, if we can get to him, is also 2 for 4. So, guys raising averages at the top of the lineup.
Yep, for sure. All right, let's go Chargers.
Let's see, is it Talaferro coming back after pitch? Think it is, yes?
Yes, he is.
He's been pretty decent.
He's done. It's what you want from a guy coming in after a good start. Throw strikes.
Number 2, Max Everett.
All right, let's see what we can do. Let's see if Max can start off a rally. 15-10. Only a few runs scored tonight, Mr. Fetcher. Only a few.
Only a few. A football score. Somebody tacked on a safety to get to 15 and evens it up at 1-1.
I will say Max has made the pitcher work decently today.
He has. Yep. That's down.
Count to 2-1.
Oof. That high strike again, just a little too high to be called.
I will say, I don't know that in my expert baseball eye, no, but I'm not sure that I agree with every single call, but he's been very consistent.
Yeah, he's been around. That's a kneecap pitch he's been calling all night.
Huge strikeout for the Elks.
Yeah, it's big 3-2 pitch.
Well, let's see what we can do. 2, 3, and hopefully 4 coming up.
One out, third baseman number 23, Trip Thomas.
All the power of your lineup.
Yep. Fortunately, it's hard to get 5 runs out of 3 guys.
Yeah, the math is not math.
It is not math.
Disappointed at the lack of rally caps in our dugout.
Yeah.
Is that a thing anymore? Is a
I
rally
don't
cap?
know. I didn't know that went away.
Yeah.
Didn't know it could go away.
Inside out, backwards.
all of it. Sitting up like this, kind of shark fin style.
Some type of stuffed animal.
Yeah, that's always helpful. Okay, 21.
Tripp thought that was inside. The Elk did not.
Did not.
Senior Brody Henderson has joined the party in the dugout after his golf outing.
All right, very good. Little Twin Hills action today.
Admin Rowe has been very steadfast in their.
They're hanging in there. Yeah. There's another ball hit well.
Right at somebody again.
That's 5 hard hit balls for Tripp, and not much else you can do. 5 good at bats.
No, he really has. He really has hit the ball hard. Frustrating day for Tripp Thomas. Hit the ball that hard, be relatively unsuccessful for his standards at the plate.
Yeah.
And then get beat up on the mound.
Struggle on the mound a little bit. Yeah, that's what happens. These sophomore learning moments.
Baseball's a hard game.
It's not easy. Round ball, round bat. Good look.
Let's see if Witt can stay hot.
Yep.
Witt is 3 for 4 today, single and 2 doubles, and a big boy fly out. But big boy, I mean, it went very, very high in this guy.
It went very high. Nope.
I mean, if you're the pitcher, you gotta be staying away from him, right? I mean, you're not giving him
Yeah.
anything.
I mean, you don't want any base runners at this point, but you also don't want to pipe one here. He's hit you hard all 3 times. Yeah, he came after him.
Count 3-1. Again, I'm careful where I'm putting this one.
That ball's hit too.
Maybe not.
Yeah, that's down.
Yep. It's going to give Witt his 3rd double of the day. He has darn near doubled his doubles on the year.
It's a good day.
Gone from 4 to 7.
Could have had the triple on the one, but he was wise.
Right.
If that had been in a tie game, he'd have been standing on 3rd.
Again, you got 5 runs to mess with. I guess really didn't matter a whole heck of a lot.
No, he did. He came after him, grooved 3 in a row, or at least 2 in a row, and got the second one.
I just feel like I would have made somebody else do it. But to your point, we need 4 more guys to do it. So.
Yeah.
Little sign of life for the Chargers with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. It's a small sign, but it's a sign. I wouldn't say the door is open, but it's at least unlocked.
That's correct. Pitch down. Yep. Called a strike.
Beeson coming off a single. Love to see another one. Maybe more. He saw that well, and he piped
That ball's
it.
hit. That's a run.
That's going to bring a run. That's going to be a double. Well,
all right.
We've turned the knob.
That's right. trying to get our hands through squeeze a little bit of light through the door.
If we do it 1 run at a time, I don't know how many I'm going to have there, but unlock and turn the knob. Yeah, I got 1 more. We can open it.
Okay. Then we got to walk through.
Yeah.
We get to 14.
Yeah, we get to 14 and then blow it off the hinges, hopefully. Maybe we can get
That's right. That's right. Beeson's 90 feet closer. Maybe 75 feet after his lead.
I got to feel like this is a hard-ish time to see a baseball.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're looking into it, but so's the hitter. The outfielders are fine. Evened it up at 1-1. 2 down.
Yep, 1 on. Beeson over on 3rd. See what Murray can do here. Grady Murray has been on base 3 times with 2 walks and a single.
$31.
Well, we're getting a little bit of
Little chatter down there.
pulling the string a little bit here. See what we can do with it.
Oh, took a hack.
He did. He wanted that one. Well, full count. Make it or break it here, Grady. Grady did a good job coming in to pitch a little bit.
Real good job on the mound today.
See if he can help us out here.
That ball's
down,
hit.
get down, get down.
That's down.
What?
Oh, made a catch. That's a heck of a play.
They made some really good plays.
Yeah, it's good defense. Hit the ball well.
couple really good days at the plate for us, but 11 is just not enough when the other teams can score 12 in one inning.
Well, and Coach, we said it.
They're going to talk about he lost the ball on the transfer. They're going to talk about whether
he caught
finished the catch or not. I think he did.
Yeah, he was getting up.
Yep.
It's the right call. We won the game 7-3 after the second inning.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. I like that the umps did that. I like that they conferred there.
Yeah, that's right, Mickey. I think Coach Mick asked him too. Had a question there, and it's the right thing to do is ask.
It's a tough district loss there.
That is, yep, that is.
It's going to drop you to maybe third in district this moment.
Mounts in our district.
Mounts in our district.
A loss here to these guys, and who else did we lose to in district?
Two to Mount. One to them. There's one more.
Yeah, we're 5-3 coming into this. It said. I got it on my sheet here. I probably ought to figure it out.
Deer Creek was a non-district loss, and the Broncos. No, that's not right. So we were 5-2 then.
Okay, now we're 5-3.
Now we're 5-3.
Okay.
Yeah, and that brings them up to 4-3. So need them not to take our spot there.
That's right. Split was best. They're happy with the split.
Yeah, you better believe it. Especially when you lose the first one at home.
Yep.
But yeah, so we've got coming up. We got our Jones tournament this weekend. Start off with Fort Cobb. Then we're gonna have our games against Weatherford. Will be district games, Community Christian non-district games, Clinton district games. I mean, you're really looking at needing to go 4-0 in those district games to give yourself a chance to host.
That's right. It's a good call. That's why you're the Associate Big Cheese Athletic Director or whatever that title is now. I forget.
The ABC, Associate Big Cheese.
Yeah, that's all the stuff that Gefeller makes you do that he doesn't want to do.
Right.
Yep. I guess, Sully, we're at the part of the game where we take a break maybe, look over at Price, take a break, and come back with our Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game.
Joe Cooper Ford has 3 Ford dealerships around the metro to serve Oklahoma better than anyone else. What does having 3 of the best Ford dealerships in the state mean for you? It means 3 times the selection and 3 times the savings. And that's 3 times the service. And Joe guarantees to beat any price in Oklahoma by $500, or he'll give you $10,000. That's why Joe beats the competition 3-1. Who loves Oklahoma?
The elite always work to get better. So every day, we dedicate ourselves to being the best orthopedic surgeons in the country, committed to helping you be your best. No matter where you are or the obstacles you face, we never give up, because it's too important to you and the communities we serve. And for that reason, Saints march on.
Coach Sullivan, I'm going to let you handle the honors here. You've been keeping the stats real tight today, and give us your Seth Wadley Auto Family Power Promise Player of the Game.
I'll do that. Whit Thomas, fantastic day. Good pick by the coach to be the before the feature player, and he was 4 for 5, 3 doubles, 2 RBIs. Absolutely bolstered his average today. Just not quite enough. Give up 15 as a defense. Hard day.
Yeah, I mean, you just hate that as a hitter. Like Witt as a senior, you go out and have a 4 for 5 day, and you don't care. You're like, yeah, great, yeah, I was 4 for 5, but we didn't win. But still had to recognize Witt, a heck of a day.
Absolutely. And so your 2 seniors combined 7 for 10, 4 doubles and 3 singles. I mean, that's pretty impressive.
Yep, they did a great job. Got the graphic up there for you guys, and I'll send a picture to Witt's dad. He'll appreciate that.
Yes, he will.
And
tough senior night, but good performance by those 2.
Tough senior night. It's time to bounce back, as you allude to in district play. We got some work to do in district play. Keep our spot hosting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. It was
a
pleasure, man.
Coach, always great to see you, buddy.
All right, you too.
All right, signing off.